Happy Wednesday, everybody, or hey, it's Wednesday, everybody. If it's not going to be a happy day. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to try to calm the spice down a little bit. It was a little extra spicy yesterday. But let me go ahead and dive into these headlines for today. I'd let you know what my thoughts are. It's really, this series has become super fun for me. So thanks for hanging out with me as we go through the trauma together. So here we go. Here's some headlines. First up, and these headlines are from all over the place for sources. We have the BBC saying fact-checking Trump's address to Congress. Okay, I'll have to look through that later, but I didn't listen to Mr. Trump's speech last night. My BS tolerance had already been filled to its capacity, so I figured I'd catch the highlights later on. I will have to go ahead and dive into that. Basically, I'm sure everything he said was just like, not true. Next, Ukraine is ready to make a deal after Trump pauses U.S. aid. I'm not sure how that's going to go either. Again, remember, Congress is in charge of the money. We'll see. Trump says Zelensky wants peace and is ready to accept a minerals deal. Now, if Trump says it, now I know that it's probably not true. I'm definitely questioning that at this point. We're going to have to wait and see. Next, NPR, Senator Alyssa Slotkin says more unites Americans than divides after Trump's speech. Well, that's rubbish. I would say, in my honest opinion, nothing divides a country more than voting for a convicted felon rapist who hates brown and black people and anyone that doesn't fit into his 1950s America. That's really what's splitting the country. I don't think it's just, whatever. I think there are some problems with voting for somebody who is morally bankrupt. All right, so we all share the same amount of DNA as a plant, like 98%. Doesn't mean, we're also plants. Just means we share similarities. So keep trying on that one, Slotkin. Yeah, right. Next up, NBC. Trump says tariffs are meant to curb fentanyl. I don't think I'm supposed to say that word on TikTok. We'll see what happens. I'm being suppressed right now anyway, so we'll see. We'll see. But overdose on the lives are declining. Yeah. Again, anything out of that man's mouth, you've got to just say, it's like a game show. Is it real? Is it BS? There's no way to know. You just hit one of the buttons and figure out the answer later. So it's like a Trump game show. What should we call his game show? Like Trump, loudmouth. Is it real? Is it BS? Does it matter? The world's ending. That could be the name of our new game show for Mr. Trump. Truth or BS, doesn't matter either way because everybody believes the BS. It doesn't matter either way because people that follow him don't really care if it's true or not. All right. I'm kidding. I'm going off here on a tangent, so I'm getting off track. Let's get back to the headlines. Okay, New York Post. Trump makes DJ Daniel a 13-year-old with cancer an honorary Secret Service agent. He's not the only one being an honorary Secret Service agent. I'm sure there are many people Mr. Trump is giving some special titles to. But all right, more headlines. Ohio State Buckeyes football builds an all-time great Buckeyes receiver. I don't know. I don't care. I still don't get the Buckeye reference. I mean, there's cookies and it's like a nut. I think somebody said, well, it's a poisonous nut. If somebody screams at me like, Buckeyes, I'm not immediately struck with fear. You know what I'm saying? There are other teams that can do that can strike fear into you. Like the Patriots or the Giants or the Chiefs or, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They all strike a little bit of fear in you. But the Buckeyes, no. The other one is the Hawaii, like, rainbows. Like, I'm not afraid of a rainbow. So is that supposed to be some kind of aggressive predator prey situation? Because it's not really working for me. And for some reason, the Buckeyes, just that's triggers me so much because I cannot figure out why. I mean, you could be the Gophers, the Badgers, the Stingrays, the jellyfish, whatever. Jellyfish are vicious. The hippos, why do we have a team with a hippopotamus? I mean, vicious. But here they're like, oh, the Buckeye, it's like a poisonous nut. What are you going to do, throw it at me? I don't force me to eat it, and then I would, unalive. Like, anyway, sorry. that's triggering for me. I don't know anything about what's happening with sports, so we're moving on. Looks like we have $21 million stolen from hundreds of retirees in grandparent scam. Prosecutors are saying, oh, that's too bad. Yeah, the scams are real, especially when the person running the country is a grifter. So, next we have U.S. aid reinstates contracts for Georgia company that helps feed malnourished kids after Elon Musk responds to CNN article, I guess. So a lot of people are hurting, right? There's essential aid, essential funds, grants, help, assistance that's being frozen or revoked. And a lot of people are hurting because of that. So you can't just come in and say everything needs to stop. Like, the world doesn't work that way. You don't get to just have a timeout until you figure out how you want to shape it into whatever it is that you want. It's just not realistic. So all of these executive orders and memos where they're saying stop everything, research everything, it's like you're hurting people. You're hurting a lot of people, and I don't think you really care. But for the people who are getting hurt, everyone else can make a lot of noise and be like, hey, jerk face, you're hurting people. And then at least it makes you look really bad in the media. And I get this feeling Mr. Trump doesn't like to look bad, or Mr. Musk. Yeah, next up, we have exclusive fired U.S. government workers with top secret clearances were not given exit briefings. Are we surprised? No. The answer is no, we're not surprised. We are not surprised that proper procedure has not been followed regarding firing people with incredibly important information in order to keep the nation safe. We're not surprised. Nope. Next headline, let's see if we can get something other than politics, because that's just really a downer. Oh, science, here we go. World's largest and oldest iceberg runs aground near remote Penguin Island. Okay, so is this iceberg gate? I'll be keeping my eye on that. Why? Because it's not politics, and I'm okay watching and seeing what's happening next to a penguin island when it involves an iceberg. Okay, I'm rooting for the penguins. I'm Team Penguin, okay? Next, Motley Crue postpones Las Vegas residency due to singer Vince Neil's medical procedure. All right. I'm not a big Motley Crue fan, but, I respect the process of genius, and that it could be genius that I just don't recognize. All right, next up. Harvey Weinstein responds to Adrian Brody mentioning his kids in the Oscar speech. Gross. That's all I have to say about that. Next, New York Jets release star W.R. Devontae Adams ahead of free agency. Yeah, don't care, but at least it's not politics. And last headline, Social Security checks could stop going out by April, ex-head warns. We got to wait for confirmation. There's been a lot going on about Social Security, but until I see some confirmation of what's actually happening, I'm not going to hang my hat on. We're not going to see checks coming down. So we'll have to see. I'm keeping my eye on the Social Security situation. It's not great, but also I don't think we have all the information. Well, there you go. Quick headlines for Wednesday, everyone.